July 3. 237. Antonius Africanus Gordian, killed near Carthage by a general of Maximinus, during whose reign he had been elected emperor, much against his will. 323. Battle of Adrianople and overthrow of Licinius, when Constantine took possession of Byzantium, which he afterwards made the seat of his empire, and named it Constantinopolis. 987. Inauguration at Reims of Hugh Capet, son of Hugo, Duke of Burgundy, and founder of the third race in the French monarchy, the Capetan. 1437. The sacred play of the Passion represented in the Park of Aix-Maille, attended by the French nobility. 1521. Cortés attempted to retake the city of Mexico by storm, but was repulsed with the loss of 60 Spaniards, 1,000 allies, 7 horses and 1 cannon. Made prisoners of 40 Spaniards, who were immediately sacrificed in their great temple to the war god. 1608. Champlain, who took the charge of conducting the French colony in Arcady, after examining all the eligible places on the St. Lawrence, selected a spot at the confluence of that river and the St. Charles, about 320 miles from the sea, where he erected barracks, cleared the ground for tillage, and on this day laid the foundation of Quebec. 1642. Mary de Medicis, of France, died, the promoter of the massacre of St. Bartholomew's. 1672. Francis Willoughby, an English naturalist, died. To rank and fortune he added great application, and had traversed the principal countries of Europe in pursuit of his favorite study, the history of animals, when he was cut off at the early age of 37. 1676. Indian battle near Narragansett. The main body of the Indians were surprised at a large cedar swamp, and attacked so suddenly that a considerable number were killed or taken on the spot, and those who fled into the thicket were surrounded. They lost 171 on this occasion. 1743. Gabriel Romanovich Durshavin, a celebrated Russian poet, died. 1769. The first theatrical performance enacted in Albany, by a company from New York, having gained permission for 1 month only from His Excellency the Governor. The play was Venice Preserved. The place, the hospital. 1776. 3 towns in Turkey, containing 10,000 inhabitants, destroyed by an earthquake. 1779. Grenada, in the West Indies, taken by the French under Count d'Estaing. 1789. James Bernoulli II, a learned German mathematician, died of apoplexy while bathing in the Neva at St. Petersburg. 1794. Earthquake in Aetolia, Asia Minor, destroyed several large and populous towns and villages, one of which was Amasia, the birthplace of Strabo. 1795. British squadron off St. Malo's captured a French brig and 6 merchantmen. 1797. Admiral Nelson, in his barge, captured a Spanish launch, after a severe engagement, in the course of which he narrowly escaped death, by the assistance of his coxswain. 1807. British Captain Douglas threatened to capture all vessels from Norfolk, unless the magistrates permitted him to have communication with the British Council, at that place. They refused. 1811. American government resolved to occupy West Florida. The British government remonstrated against it. 1814. United States troops under Gen. Brown effected a landing on the Canadian frontier, between Chippewa and Fort Erie, which latter surrendered. 1815. Commercial treaty between England and America signed at London. 1833. Naval battle between the fleet of Don Pedro, under the command of Admiral Napier, and that of Don Miguel, in which the latter was defeated with the loss of 6 vessels. 1838. Samuel Thornton, an English gentleman, distinguished for his benevolence and usefulness, died, aged 83. He was 53 years a director of the Bank of England, and 40 years a member of Parliament. 1849. The French Republican Army, commanded by Jean Oudinot, entered Rome. 1851. Edward Quillinan, a British author, died. He married the daughter of the poet Wordsworth, and was particularly accomplished in Portuguese literature. 1853. Samuel Putnam, a Massachusetts judge and senator, died at Somerville, aged 85. 1853. The American expedition under Commodore Perry left Luchu for Japan. 1854. Princess de la Mosquera, widow of Marshal Ney, died in Paris. 1854. Thomas Ritchie died, aged 75. Celebrated as the editor of the Richmond Enquirer and the Washington Union, he wielded great political influence in Virginia, his native state. 1855. The Cunard steamer Persia was launched at Glasgow.